Welcome to the Nonsense and the Chaos. I'm your host, Jolie Rose. Today I am going to be interviewing my friend Edd Stone, who moved to Sark a year after I did and has been my partner in crime whilst I've lived here for all things to do with adventuring and kayaking and coasteering and just anything that utilises the natural beauty and fun that is possible to have on this island. I think it's like the macro and the micro. Like if you live on Sark and you're bored and you feel like there's nothing to do, then you are the only one to blame for that, because there is so much to do here. And Ed's just the living embodiment of doing stuff. He's always sleeping in a dolmen or kayaking around the island or swimming around the island, or going to some unknown bit or going through a cave that no one's been through for years. And it's great. And I love that there's someone who's always up for an adventure and is always getting me to do things and pushing me. We just both did our paddleboard qualification for kayaking, and we had to pull each other out of the sea and all this sort of thing. And we're both really into adventuring, but aren't like obvious sort of your Brad kind of surfer boy, body built young man. Like, Ed's he's younger than me, but he's an accountant and I'm a middle-aged woman, but we love doing things outdoors, and it's not like we're these kind of Adonis characters. And so it feels like we are supporting each other to do things that we're capable of doing, but it's nice to not be like threatened by each other or like feel out of our league of being able to do things. We're both kind of coming from the same place, and so that has been really confidence building for me, is having him as a friend, and his can-do attitude is infectious. So without further ado, here is the awesome Edd Stone.
By the way, what a lovely house.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Every time I see it, I think, fuck yeah.
Going to set the tent up.
I don't think you're
Yes, we're going to make a fire pit over there.
Nice.
Circle
is that
there.
adobe? I think of that as adobe.
Where it's around, mud.
Just like mud.
Yeah, mud piled
mud
up.
Houses.
And we can sculpt it, and we can put a pizza oven in there, and an altar.
Yes.
And a fire. It'd be cool.
Well into that. And if we're thinking about saunering, you could stick a sauna down there.
Stick a sauna down there.
Can we swim in the pond?
I don't know.
I mean, you might get diseases, but
yeah, I don't think you'd want to. I think it's going to be mainly like silt and.
Can we dunk people in the well?
That would be amazing, but again, I don't think you can actually get in there.
Strong chance of that.
We'd need.
I'd be so up.
But we could run a hose from ours.
Yeah, we'd have water at least.
Yeah, we could at least do a tub.
Yeah, no, that would work really well, I think, wouldn't it? Just got to get it built.
And I want to get a tractor and a tractor license, and we can park our tractor there. And it occurred to me that if we got a trailer, if I get a trailer with like all our stuff in it, the size of our shed, that shed down there has all this stuff in it. If I get a trailer that size.
Does anybody ever use this?
No, this is our
Is it yours?
access.
Is it?
This is our access into there.
Nice.
So once you cross that line, that's the seniors. But we can do whatever we want.
Access into your bottom field.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. So you could just park a tractor here with a trailer on the back.
And then that means I don't need to get a bigger shed, because we were looking at getting a bigger shed. I mean, I could still, but the thing is you'd have to pay roof tax on that. Whereas if I just got a trailer, I can put all the stuff in the trailer, and then that's not a roof tax thing.
Do it.
Yeah, that works out quite well.
I'm quite into seeing you driving around the island.
I really want a tractor. I've never learned to drive.
You've never learned to drive?
I've never learned to drive. It'd be great. My first license is a tractor license.
Fuck yeah.
It'd be awesome. Have you got your bike?
It's at the top, yeah.
Cool. I'll bring this with me to walk
wheel it down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are you recording?
I am recording.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay.
So this is Edd Stone. How did we meet, Ed? Do you remember how we met?
I don't know. Probably through the observatory. So I came here in 2022.
Yeah. That's not a public bin, by the way. That's not a public bin. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Cool. How did we meet? I don't remember. So 2022, I remember Cara was the first person who took me to the observatory. Like when I came in January 22, I think I met her and Ash.
Right, okay.
And then I must have met you like shortly afterwards when I came back.
What made you move here then?
So I came here just for the dark skies, basically. I'm a bit of a dark sky nerd. and do some astrophotography.
Yeah.
And used to dart around the UK to dark sky places, and Sark was just on my list.
What is dark sky for anyone who doesn't know?
Anywhere with like very little light pollution, basically.
Yeah.
So generally they're registered dark sky places with some American organization. I'm just going to grab my bike.
Yeah.
But generally they are mountain ranges, forests, you know, islands with nobody on them, places where people aren't.
Yeah. Ooh, where are some other dark sky places?
So like Kielder Forest, Brecon Beacons, Dartmoor National Park.
Okay.
They're all beautiful places, but there's no people there.
Yeah.
That's why they're dark sky places, because there's no
light
there's no
pollution.
infrastructure, there's no people.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I love about Sark that makes it unique, is that it's a dark sky community.
Yeah.
It's got access to incredibly dark skies, darker than any of the other places I've been to in the UK, maybe apart from Scotland, Highlands of Scotland. But it's an active community. There's pubs, there's a school, there's a doctors, there's jobs.
Yeah.
There's people just living their everyday lives, and you can walk home from the pub, look up and see the Milky Way.
And it is extraordinary, isn't it?
It's incredibly rare
Yeah.
to have access to that on your doorstep. You know,
Yeah.
we've had visiting speakers to talk about dark sky stuff that are, you know, blown away. They can see more here than they have seen like on cruise ships out in the middle of the ocean.
Wow.
And we've got that right here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I saw that when I came over briefly for a weekend in 22, and fell in love with it because I like kayaking and caving and swimming and all of the outdoor things. Just fell in love with it and moved over a few months later.
Yeah.
And here I am.
And you are like our action man. The island action man.
People say that, but I think I'm very like, yeah, very safety conscious. But like I kayak to Herm, I'll like paddle around the island, I'll go sleeping on the beaches. But to me it's all like, I don't know.
I feel like you're making the most of the island as a natural beauty and adventure. Like, I don't know, like as a kid or something, you've made dens or you know.
That's how I see it. I always think of it as an adventure playground. Yeah. Like, again, another thing I love about it is that whatever you're doing, it's on your doorstep. You know, if you want to do someone, they're right next door. Or if you want to do something, you can step outside and you're there, like you're in the nature. Yeah. You know, you can get to the beach in 5 minutes. You can go see your friends in 10 minutes or whatever. Yeah. There's never a commute. There's never a journey to be done. You're Should we
cycle up around the S-Bend or
up that way? Yeah.
Just wondering about
getting out of breath.
And also,
do you do many walkie-talkie?
I've been doing a few recently.
I quite like it.
Yeah, it's a nicer way of doing it, I think.
It feels more casual. Yeah. And I don't have to make eye contact.
And we don't have to make eye contact, but it's also how we're meant to talk. We're meant to be walking along side by side. Yeah. We're not meant to be looking at each other.
Is that a defensive thing?
No, because we're nomads.
Right.
So we walked everywhere. Yeah. And then we would walk side by side. And the pace of walking is a meditative pace. Yeah. And it makes children, babies, infants sleep. It makes them rest. Yeah. It sets their nervous system. And we're not meant to be looking at each other. We're meant to be walking side by side.
I like that. Yeah. That makes me feel very normal because I definitely have better conversations like on a dog walk or just when you're like
or in a car
watching the sunset or around a fire as well, right? When everybody's just hypnotized by the fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes if I'm sat in a pub where you're just like locked in on eye contact, I
find that uncomfortable.
Exactly.
What's been your favourite thing that you've done living on Sark?
So when I came to Sark, I had a few like Sark life goals that I felt like I had to do before I could leave. One of them was like simple to some people, but not to me, was catching a mackerel and cooking it on a fire on the beach.
Excellent.
You know, and I did that. It took me a while, not a natural fisher. Yeah. But yeah, that was a great feeling that I've got into recently, like just being able to catch a fish and eat it that evening. That's awesome. The mackerel about to come back into season apparently.
Yeah, we saw a whole pod of dolphins out yesterday.
Oh, really?
And it looked like they were chasing
Yeah, nice.
a big
I love mackerel.
Yeah,
so good. So I've done that, and the other one was kayaking to Herm, like a bit of an open water crossing. Because again, like you thinking of me as some action man or something. Like it's all about like incremental adventures or something, like pushing your boundaries, pushing your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because
you haven't gone straight off to Jersey.
No, exactly. Like that still terrifies me. But initially kayaking around the island, around Sark, is like 10 miles, takes about 3 hours maybe.
Right.
Initially that was absolutely terrifying to me because I was like, you know, what if I capsize? What if I drown? What if there's an earthquake or whatever might happen? But I've just like gradually worked up to it, and now I could do that with my eyes closed.
Wow.
And same with Herm. Like initially kayaking to Herm was terrifying. Yeah. Now it's just not a thing at all. Like to most people, it's absolutely bonkers. And
how long does it take for you to get to Herm?
Not long at all. It's like an hour and a half from Crow Harbour to Belvoir Bay.
Right. Wow.
You know, it's awesome. Quick. Although I did do it a couple of weeks ago with a friend, and it didn't go very well.
Yeah, it was.
Did you hear about this story? Yeah. So we were paddling back, and I knew it was going to be a bit of a struggle, but the tide was heading south, so I knew it would drag us past Sark, but I thought we'd hit the land somewhere, and we just weren't going as fast as I was expecting, so we very nearly didn't hit land.
Wow.
And I was a big old ball of stress right then, but we did it. We were all right. We landed on Grand Greve right down in the south, and just dumped the boats on the beach and left them there and picked them up the next day. But I kind of like that. I kind of like every now and then
a bit of something, yeah.
Well, just like
spice.
a bit of fear,
yeah.
A bit of I don't know.
And also a little lesson to be
wakes
careful,
your brain up a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think. And exactly, it's that whole like incremental adventure thing now. Like I'll know not to do that again. Or
exactly. Well, I did that when we had the kids for Beachwood.
Right.
That week. I led the group because Ant was on a call.
Coasteering?
And they were, on the kayaks, and they were really small, and I hadn't been out with any of them yet. And I was trying to take them around to the pigeon cave.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of realised as we were not quite there, like as far as the red cave, I was like, this is too much for them.
Yeah.
And actually the sea's a bit rough and we need to go back. So we did.
Yeah.
But it was just a lesson. It was like,
exactly, but it's exactly that. You've got the awareness to know that.
Yeah.
To like pick up on how their energy's doing, how much further there is to go, all of that.
Yeah, and it's a bit scary.
Turn around.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we got our qualification last week, didn't we?
Yeah, man. We're now official
qualified
paddle sport leaders, whatever that means. I don't feel like,
I was really pleased with the fact that we were able to pull each other out and stuff unconscious, which was good. Not that we were actually unconscious.
I was kind of inspired by our teacher, Phil, Phil was
brilliant.
A legend.
Yeah.
He was really cool.
Yeah.
I was stressing out about that. It's a funny little insight into my mind for some reason, where any assessment,
I'm exactly
just
the same.
like, no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Throw a little tantrum.
Yeah.
And then you do it and it's really fun. But I was all of a fluster.
Well, for my brain, if I'm in teacher position, I'm much braver than I am if I'm I would never book a coasteering trip. No.
Yeah, but you'll lead one.
Do you want to have a look at the fairy tree? Yeah, I'll lead one.
Yeah.
Have you seen our fairy tree here on the left? Have you seen this tree?
This guy? No, I've always wondered where it is.
Yeah, look.
Tell me all about it.
This is where the fairies live.
I thought it had a little door. Oh, there's the door.
It's got a little door. And the kids, it's now got a well. Things keep getting added to it.
That's a fucking cool
it's a really good well.
Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, you can swear.
People are putting money in it.
Yeah, people are putting money in it. There'll be stuff in there. There might be, put your hand in there, see if there's a letter.
This feels like a trick.
Snap. Is there anything in there? No, sometimes the kids leave letters in there and then
cute,
the fairies respond to them.
I thought this is like the feminine tree.
It is the yoni. Well, it's yoni shaped, isn't it? You just stuck your fist in the yoni.
That's why you got me to do it. Come on, get your fist in there.
Get your hand in there, mate. Yeah, I call her Venus, and because hawthorns are known as the gateway to fairyland, because they are the triple goddess. So you've got the winter look of the old crone, the death crone, and in the spring they've got the lovely little cute delicate blossoms that smell of wee and smell of death.
Right.
So they attract carrions. So even though they look really delicate and maiden-like, they actually are attracting dead things.
Did I just break your tree?
Yeah, you did a bit. Stop doing that. Why did you do that?
No.
I was like, don't do that. Come away from the tree.
Sorry.
And then there's the mother when she's the berries. So
right,
yeah,
okay.
so she does the Virgin Mother and Crone.
Sorry, that says a lot about my life, doesn't it?
So we hang our lamps off of that.
This is all so cute, though.
Isn't it gorgeous? Yeah, I've got a washing line with little bits of washing on it.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
walk away.
Walk away.
That's another thing I want to learn from you. I like your approach. I don't know. I just like your knowledge about trees and like grasses you've learned about.
Yeah.
I had this thing once. I never even told you about it, but I wanted to. I don't know. Every time I meet up with you, I want to learn a new tree.
Okay.
Be like. Because it's terrible. I'm good at remembering some things, but most things I'm just terrible with. And trees, I wish I understood more about the natural world. Yeah. And like bird song as well, being able to go for a walk and like understand what's around me and what season they're in, what emotions they're feeling, all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's all accessible. It's all right there, but I just can't get it.
Yeah. I mean, you're really amazing at this astro guiding though. Like you remember all of that stuff.
It's weird that like that just sticks in my head, but trees. Just doesn't work. I wish it. I mean, I can learn. It's just harder.
I think it's good to learn bits at a time. So I learned the deciduous trees over summer.
Right.
And then in the winter I then started looking at what were the evergreens, and then the next year I started learning plants and herbs. So it's just like learning one thing at a time.
Yeah, exactly. And like going out and doing some bark and leaf sketchings or whatever, you know.
Yeah, and making wands.
Making wands?
Yeah. Making wands is good because you learn about the kind of mythology and lore of each wood.
Yeah, nice.
And then you know what kind of wand you want to make.
See, where else can we do this? Just like go from your house. Yeah. With my little bike trailer.
On the most westerly part of the island.
Yeah.
Now
literally.
We're on the most easterly part of the island. That's how long it took.
Go for a nice little leisurely bike ride.
On our bikes.
And then we're in the old dairy looking at our sauna.
Yeah.
Conversion.
So you're building a sauna.
So it's round here. You can dump your bike there or something.
So this is the old dairy.
Yeah.
I've only been in here once, and that was recently to get stuff for Beltane Festival.
Ta-da!
Oh, cool. So you got the horse box?
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, that's cool.
I mean,
what a
lot of work to do. Yeah, but we have done a lot. It feels like nothing's happening, but it is.
Yeah.
It is slowly coming together. I hope this month now, July, we'll get it done. Do you want me to give you the tour?
Yeah, tell me.
This isn't going to be very good for your podcast.
That's all right. We can hear it anyway.
So, horse trailer on wheels, going to live in Crewe Harbour in the summer when the boats are in the water, so there's a bit more space, and in the winter probably down on the hard standing by the toilets down there as well.
Okay.
Hopefully. And then what's going to be in here? We're going to have you seen any of them in Guernsey? It's quite a popular design, you know. So this flap is just going to be like a little ramp to come in.
Yeah.
We've got all of our stuff now. Everything we need is all delivered. It's all there. Doorway here. Nice wood burner in the corner. Seating all around this corner. Seating for 4 to 6 to 8, depending on how friendly you want to be.
Okay.
Nice big window here. Whoop.
I think you could fit more than that in there. My sauna
Well, you're pretty friendly though, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm very friendly.
You can put 20 in there.
We fit 8 in my sauna.
Yeah, but we're
like touching
inside each other.
But 6 comfortably, 4 really comfortably. 4 is like not.
I know, we're talking about tourists. We're talking about
you could definitely put more than 4
because we're talking about like bookings. You know, if you're paying.
I think you could book it for up to 8.
Oh yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. So the seating would probably be from like probably here.
Yeah.
To like here, and then all of this would just be like a big space. And then with a second row.
You do double seating in that bit. You could do double.
So there'll be 2 rows all the way around. 1 row there, 1 row there.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you could fit quite a lot in here. I think if it was a group of friends.
Been in, as a single booking, I've been in the Guernsey one exactly the same.
Yeah.
When it was with 6 people, and it was fine, but more would have been. You'd have been like touching people, Jodie.
Yeah. But if it was a private booking,
yeah, 100%. If it was private booking,
yeah.
I mean, there needs to be a limit for insurance and stuff.
I'd say maybe 10, have a limit of 10, but you could.
Yeah, I don't know that yet, but yeah. And like we want to make it, we haven't quite worked the pricing out yet, but we want it to be like regular, like £15 an hour, but like have like a locals pricing for like.
Yeah, well, I think it's a season ticket or
something like that. Ticket. We haven't quite worked out yet, but that
would be amazing.
Cheaper way to do
I'm so excited. I love saunas, and just being able to jump straight in the harbour.
Yeah,
it's going to be incredible.
And they're quite popular now, right?
Yeah, like Brighton is like literally every pub's got one next to it.
And it's on wheels, so we can move it around for events.
Yeah, use it for belting.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly.
So exciting.
That'd be really nice, wouldn't it? I'd quite like it to be, when it's in the harbour, it'll be an hour. But I don't know if there's a way we could have it at the Beltane where you can dip in, dip out, and 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, I think that you just pay to come in.
Have a shower.
People can stay as long as they want, but you still are going to stay. Most people aren't going to stay longer than an hour in a festival.
Yeah, exactly. When there's other things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. But it's all coming together. I do want to. We haven't even opened the box for our wood burner yet, and I need to take these boxes away.
Yeah.
There's probably not much point looking at it yet, is there? But it's exciting.
Oh, it's really cool. My brother's sending me a
smell my wood, Jolie. Come here and sniff my wood.
Smell your wood.
Sniff this. Hang on.
Oh yeah, I can smell it from here. You need
Sorry,
to
I haven't had a shower. No, have a sniff on this bit. Sniff the shaft.
Oh my god. It smells so.
Whoa, it's pungent,
witty.
Isn't it? It does smell good though, doesn't it? Right?
It's amazing.
And when that's like all hot and sweaty in there, imagine that. Ooh.
It's so exciting.
It's cool, isn't it? Yeah, I'm buzzing. Lots of work to do yet.
And there's all this really cool furniture.
Oh, that's our door actually. I hadn't even seen that yet. So that's geez, this stresses me out because it's like tempered glass. It should be pretty tough.
Yeah. Well, it's got here in one piece.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is well exciting.
That's great. Okay, cool.
Okay, so we're going to do some reading.
We're going to do the cards.
Let's do it. Should we do it in the sauna?
Yeah, let's do it in the sauna. Sounds like it should be really comfy, but it's not the most comfortable situation just yet.
Do you want a milk crate to sit on?
Yeah, let's have a milk crate. Oh yeah, look, we've got a nice milk crate.
Very Sark, hey?
Oh,
sit in the old dairy on a milk crate.
Excellent, thank you.
Another one for our little reading table.
For our reading table. So it's not specifically a reading. I'm not doing a reading on you, but it's what the universe wants us to talk about.
Okay, I like that.
So it's letting the universe lead. What is the universe interested in us exploring?
Yeah, I like that. I'm into it.
Okay. So this is so Sark. I love it.
It is a bit, isn't it?
Right.
I can't even take a picture.
Oh, I know, you're locked out your phone.
It's good though. It's good for me. Like all of these little habits. Like you realise how often you pick your phone up.
Yeah.
And then it's like, just a brick.
Yeah.
You think like, oh yeah, what am I doing?
I'm so addicted to my phone. Diz tells me off. It's like it's meant to be his generation that are always on their phone.
I've got a really good app that's changed my whole life.
And it's just switching it off. Yeah. Tell me. Oh yeah. Tell me about this one. What is it that you're using?
It's called JOMO.
Yeah. Joy
of missing out, which I quite like.
Nice.
And it's on iPhone you can say like, oh, block my screen time after I've done this and that. But when it blocks it, you can just say ignore, and you just ignore it, and it doesn't work. This one kind of does the same thing, but it's like a hard block. You cannot get out of it. It's like you cannot access your phone. And you can be really specific about what locks are in place. So I've got some like I can only use social media for half an hour a day in total.
Okay.
And it gives you reminders like every 5 minutes. It's like you've used 5 minutes, carry on if you want, but it's going to be blocked after half an hour. Yeah. So like I use it to check up on what friends are doing, but I never get sucked into that
like doom scrolling. Yeah.
And also little things like in the morning, pretty much all of the apps on my phone that I find addictive, you can pick which ones are in, which ones are out. They're all blocked until I've walked 1,000 steps.
Oh wow.
So like until I've walked my dog in the morning, I can't use my phone.
Brilliant.
So it's simple, but it means like I can't wake up and look at my phone. I can still have my phone in bed with me at night if I want to listen to a podcast or something like that. But in the morning it just won't work. So I just get up and walk my dog.
That's amazing. I do need to do that.
It's like £30 a year or something, but genuinely my screen time before that was like embarrassing. It was like 5 or 6 hours a day. I use it a bit for work as well, so it's not all just doom scrolling. but now it's like 2 or 3 hours a day.
That's really cool.
So I've saved like 3 hours a day of my life somehow.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And it's been like 2 or 3 months now, but it's properly life-changing almost.
The app I was going to tell you about is the Merlin app. Do you know the Merlin app?
The bird one.
Yeah.
I've tried it. Yeah, you can like collect birds that you've heard and stuff.
Yeah,
can't you?
and you just listen while I'm walking through Decot or whatever, because it shows up when you walk along with it, but it lights up when the bird's actually making the noise, so you start to learn the actual song and be able to differentiate between them. You're like, oh, that's what a black cat.
You have to walk along looking at it.
Yeah, you just have it out when you're walking.
Ping up when they're there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily walk along the whole time. I'll just like
you'll hear something and then you can look at the phone.
Yeah,
that's nice.
We'll let the tractor go away, and then we'll do
the ambulance, eh?
But the ambulance is in there, is it? No, the ambulance is up at the other site.
Some sort of medical
transport.
Maybe it's like patient transport, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, right, so
we're doing
pick a card.
Pick a card, any card.
Pick a card, any card. If you enjoy this podcast, then please consider supporting me on Patreon, which is patreon.com/Jolie Rose. I can offer you video footage of our podcasts. They are available on the Patreon platform. So that's for the £9 a month tier. And then if you just want to support it happening in general and you don't need any extras and you just want to give me a little something and it's more what you can afford, then £3 a month is the lower tier. And all of it helps. It means that I'm able to keep making podcasts each week, which is quite a lot to do each week. I love doing it though, and it's a brilliant way for me to build audience and connect with people and share ideas and thoughts from afar when I live on a tiny little island. So if you enjoy it and it gives you, something to think about and nourishes you and feels like something you appreciate existing, then if you're able to financially support it, that would be amazing. And if you can't, then that's no problem. You just tell people about it. Word of mouth's the best thing for spreading the word. So just talk about it, share it, like it, rate it, all of those things. And I really appreciate you being here and listening. So thank you. Now on with the show.
This one.
Excellent. What do we got? Ooh, indolence.
I've never heard that word before.
You've never heard that word before?
No, I don't think so.
Indolence.
No, go on. What does
so, I mean, look
mean?
at what does it look like to you? What does that look like?
So, overflowing chalices, is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Decadence?
Yeah, but like in a good way or a...
No, in a bad way, just because it's got like lightning and stormy dark clouds and stuff.
Yeah. So indolence is like sort of overindulgence, really.
Oh, okay.
And like,
is it really? So
just being
close? Overindulging.
Overindulgence. It's leaky. Like they're all a bit cracked and leaking, and just sort of gone a bit much. You were talking earlier about feeling like you were drinking and smoking too much and all that. So talk about that. What?
Do you want to know, like you told me this needs to be where my brain went?
Yeah, so where does your brain go?
Well, annoyingly, I'll talk about that as well. But the only thing I'm thinking about at the moment is that I'm really full.
Yeah.
And that just makes me think about me and you having lunch earlier. And I had half of your baguette, and then I bought myself a brownie and didn't offer you any of my brownie. And that just really hit home to me when I did that. I just felt like a really selfish prick, to be honest.
Oh no, but it's funny though.
Like I'm sitting here, like I didn't need that brownie when I ordered it. I'm a bit of a with food is like my vice. I live to eat. Yeah. And I always just overeat to the point of discomfort, and it's so stupid. Yeah. And that was like at lunch. That's exactly what happened. Chicky was just like, "Oh, do you want a brownie?" And I can't say no to that, and I'm not going to give you any of it. And I feel like physically full now, like uncomfortably full. Yeah, it's so stupid.
I think there's a gene. I talked to you about this before when we went away to Jersey. We discovered that we both basically have this, which is this like desire to eat, and it's a poor person gene.
Are you a nighttime snacker?
I know I'm not a nighttime snacker, but I either am losing weight, which I can make myself do, or I'm just eating whatever the hell I want. And when I eat whatever the hell I want, I'm like, I will, like, cake doesn't count in terms of calories.
Yeah.
Hiya. We're just recording a podcast. That's all right.
So Sark.
I know, so Sark. We're just sat in a weird trailer recording a podcast. But yeah, it's like a poor person gene.
What,
I think of
eating
it.
all the foods?
I think it shows that in your life, because I was listening to a podcast talking about weight and genetics, and that in some people's genes there is this like hunger gene, that some point in your ancestry there was starvation, and so now we have like a desperation for food and like need for like a desire for calories that other people just don't have.
Right.
So when people are like, I just don't think about food, like Diz just doesn't think about food, and he won't. He'll go exactly like the thought for me of not.
I plan most of my life around
literally.
when, where, and what I'm going to eat.
Yeah, I'm currently not eating. Why am I not eating? Where's the food?
I wonder if that card's edible.
And in a way that's good, because it makes me feel less bad about it. And I kind of almost feel like a sympathy for the fact that that's in our in our ancestry.
Do you feel like you're like some sort of residual memory of your ancestry gets carried in your genes somehow? It must. That's what evolution is.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's just like
So they were saying if you're like someone who's just always hungry is not ever going to be able to be one of those people that doesn't think about food. It's literally written into you that you're going to be like that, which is why these pen injection things have been amazing for people, because it is literally switching that thing off.
Right.
So for the people who can't stop thinking about food, it stops you thinking about food.
Because it makes eating a bit uncomfortable.
Stops, it makes you feel sick about the thought of eating carbs and that kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. I'd never thought about it that way. In my mind, it's because I'm the youngest of 4 brothers.
Yeah.
And dinner time when I was a kid was a bit of a race, you know? It was just like, and a bit of a, Christmas Day, for example, is always just like a feast, and you eat quickly or you don't get any of the sausages and the good roast potatoes and all of that. So it was always just like, eat it. Yeah, a bit, unfortunately. And I'd figured that's where it came from. We're all really competitive, and food's part of that. But still, whenever we meet up, it's all, how much can you eat?
But then that still might be genetically.
Yeah, exactly.
Genetically, your family are eaters, and then other people will have a family where they don't eat.
We're all big foodies for sure. Yeah.
But you were also saying that you felt like you were kind of burning the candle at both ends a bit with.
Massively. Yeah, it's a weird thing with me that I'm like, I have a really addictive personality. Whatever it is, I'm like all in. Drink, smoke, drugs, you name it. Any, like, building a sauna.
Yeah, like when you're into the thing. It was really funny because when we were doing the coasteering and kayaking, I was like, no, I didn't do any coasteering that year, or I didn't do any kayaking that year. And they're like, what? And I went, no, because that was the year that Ed was really into kayaking.
Right.
And I was like, I basically do whatever Ed's not obsessed with that year. And I was like, last year he was obsessed with coasteering.
I felt bad about that because I like kayaking, but
it's also not a problem. Like I'm happy to, because in a way, like I really got a lot of I got a lot of coasteering under my belt that year, and then the next year I got kayaking under my belt.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter.
A bit more of both this
now
year.
I'm doing both,
nice,
but
I'm not doing much at all.
Yeah.
Because I'm obsessed with other things.
Yeah, because your obsession has moved on to.
Yeah, they literally do. But I'm also quite conscious of my health. Some members of my family have had quite bad health, and I don't want that to happen to me.
Yeah.
So like when I see myself drinking and smoking, it happens quickly.
Yeah.
But I'm also very harsh on myself, and I'll stop it really, really fast.
Yeah.
So the balance I found is that when I'm traveling, I tend to be super overindulgent, and I'll drink a lot, smoke a lot, do a lot of everything. And then when I come back, I really struggle to stop. We've also talked about caffeine, right? Because like of all of the drugs, caffeine's the one that really gets me.
Me too. Yeah.
I love coffee, but I get addicted to it weirdly, like really quickly. And then if I try and stop, I'll get headaches, and those headaches really easily turn into migraines, and it's just debilitating. And I'm annoyed because I'm back into a caffeine habit at the moment. I'm just drinking loads of coffee, and if I like don't have a coffee before 10 o'clock in the morning, all of a sudden I've got like a savage headache. And so it's annoying. Yeah. But I'm kind of like, I've been back for 2 weeks and I'm just like weaning myself out of that now.
I'm the same, and I just had some friends stay, and I also happened to listen to a podcast about science versus, which is really good, and they were doing science versus caffeine, and they were saying that caffeine's actually really good for you, and all of the studies that have said it's bad for you are not true, but that it's genetic again as to whether you get addicted to it, and some people can have a coffee before bed and will be able to sleep, and other people can't.
Do that.
So I can't. Caffeine wakes me up.
Makes me sleepy.
Right,
weird.
And that's a genetic thing.
Which I've heard can be like a bit of an ADHD thing.
Oh right,
maybe,
which it like. Well, that would make sense because Ritalin is speed, basically. So the ADHD drug. But again, that's different for some people with ADHD.
Right, yeah.
That doesn't work. So
that's
it just
something I've discovered recently is that I'm not big on like diagnosing things and labels and all of that, but I think the way my brain works is massively scatterbrainy, ADHD.
You definitely smack of ADHD.
Just all of those.
I don't think it matters to be labelled. I think it's just useful knowing about
understanding how my brain works and why it's doing these
things. And coping mechanisms and ways of like burnout is the main thing. So for me, like Blind Boy, listening to the Blind Boy podcast and like him talking about his burnout has made me realise that I am a bit autistic and a bit ADHD, and that's why I'm a bit unusual compared to other people. And that's why I burn out. And I do it all the time. I will do burnout, and I have to like spend time on my own, and I need that time. And if I don't, like I was saying, I had the day off yesterday and we had an amazing day and we chilled out, but it was with people the whole day. So like today we've hung out, but I just needed a much more like less people day, for me to actually rejuvenate.
Recharge the batteries.
Right. Is there another one?
Card. I'm going to go for a curveball. I'm going to go for the top card. You're reading so much into that, aren't you? Not the top card guy.
The top card guy.
Knight of Cups.
The Knight of Cups. And what does it look like to you?
So he's holding a cup with a crab in it, and he's got wings. I don't know. Oh, and there's a nice little peacock there. It reminds me of my old house. Looks like a champion. Like I'm reading a bit of a fantasy book at the moment, like knights and that sort of thing. So he looks like some sort of knight in shining armor champion type thing.
And what's the what element would it feel like?
Oh, I don't know. Wind, maybe? Is that an element? Because you've got
we got air.
Air.
And then there's you can go with air.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I'm not relating to that card very much. It probably says a lot because it looks to me like quite a champion hero sort of thing. And I'm not pulling much out of that for myself. Which
so you don't see yourself in that way, but then loads of people see you as the action.
Yeah, I'm quite conscious of that.
Hero.
I'm very harsh on myself. I'm quite critical about myself, and I don't see any championiness.
Because a word I would use about you is enigma.
I've heard that.
Yeah. I literally was on my way to meet you. I stopped and chatted to the carriage drivers, and there's a new carriage driver here, girl, and she's like just passed her test and everything. And I said, I'm off to meet Edd Stone. She goes, I've heard that name. Who is this Edd Stone? And it is, you're like this mythological creature.
I'm so into that.
Well, that's that.
I don't know. Do I like being... I don't know where that comes from. I mean, I don't socialise enough on the island. But
you're kind of elusive, and
it's almost
like a rare spotting.
I don't, okay. I just don't like busy places. Part of why I live on Sark. I'm just not good in loud crowds. My brain can't process it all. I went to the old hall, I don't know, last week or something, which was nice, but like inside where there's lots of conversation going on, I'm literally like lip reading and like leaning in, and I just find it really difficult to listen. And when there's loads of other conversations going on, I just can't concentrate. I can, but there's loads of effort involved. It's not a relaxing environment for me, so I just don't go there.
And there's quite a few people like that on the island. I think there's a few people that don't come out that often. And if they do, it tends to be like at the tail end of the evening, or they'll just pop in for a bit and then leave again.
I love hanging out with people. I love people, but I like deep conversations around a fire. That sort of thing. When there's like lots of chit chat and fucking small talk.
I know. I think that's a real neurodivergent thing, and it actually hurts me. It physically hurts, and I have to do it all the time in the pub. And the amount of times where someone says something so banal, and I'm like, I don't know why they just said that.
Oh, man.
And then I'll make a response that's just weird.
Okay.
And then I walk away and I'm like, why did I just say that? But why did they ask me that?
Honestly, I was chatting to someone who will remain nameless at an event recently, and I can chat, believe it or not. I kind of related to this person because they were quite quiet. So I could see they were just like in a bit of an awkward situation by themselves. I'm like, yeah, I get you. You're my person. I'm going to go and chat to you. Started chatting to them, blah, 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 chit chat. And they started asking me about how much CPD I have to do as an accountant. And I was like, man, don't ask me about that.
Of all the things.
I know. I like avoid talking about accountancy at all costs. And I'm like, oh yeah, a bit. Let's talk about something else. And they keep pulling it back. It's like learning to be an accountant, and man, I was just like, kill me now. So yeah, that's
you being an accountant so doesn't fit with you in so many ways, but then also you're a charity accountant, which is also really nice.
I love what I do. I think it's a good way of using my brain. I'm just quite good at numbers and remembering stuff like that,
but it gives you the freedom to do the things you really want to do as well.
the way I'm good at it, but the bit I love is helping people and charities especially out with their finances, because maybe they're not good at the finance side and I'm good at it, so I can just help take that stress away from them. That's the bit I love. I love the people side of it, and the numbers and the finances is just part of that.
That's great.
There
you go. So
it does make you think this, doesn't it? I am a champion.
You are a champion. And also this is actually water, so cups is water, air is yellow. So he's a watery champion, and I just sort of think
I'm
of you.
Aquarius,
That's an air sign. But it seems like it should be. Yeah, it is a curveball.
She's pouring water.
It's the water bearer. So, and I think it's a he. I think the water bearer is like Zeus's sort of weird boy kink thing. The water bearer boy.
I can relate to that as well.
So he's it's air, so it is ideas, it's thinking, it's brain, it's being very air signs. Kind of like don't like getting things wrong. They kind of struggle with getting things wrong.
That's me.
It's you've got to understand it, and you can get really stuck in your head with stuff.
I'm rubbish at being rubbish.
But also tend to be very fun and light and easy to be around. So Diz and Ellie, my housemates, housemates, my husband and best friend, are Librans. That's my housemates. But they're Librans, and they just don't like getting things wrong, but they're really fun to be around, and silly. And I'm a Capricorn, so I'm really fucking heavy, earthy, like deep, serious. But I'm Sagittarius rising, so my personality's adventure and fiery and adventurous. But I've got a lot of Capricorn in me, so that's the bit that makes me hardworking and do the things. Got a strong work ethic. Here we go. Right, so the last one.
This is it. This is the one. I'm going to go for this one. What have we got here? Princess of Swords.
Oh, a very different vibe, right?
Yeah.
That is air.
It's an air sign again.
Yes. So we've got an air. So this is the thoughts. What does that look like in terms of you?
Princess of Swords. I don't know. What are we looking at here? So it looks like she's fighting something off and defending some sort of thing. I'm not very descriptive, am I?
No, but she's fighting. It looks like she's fighting.
Yeah, I don't know. Why isn't my imagination working? Yeah.
So in terms of, that kind of like with a sword just fighting things away, and it's got a kind of darkness to it.
Okay, yeah.
So what's your brain?
What am I fighting
fights?
off?
Yeah.
I don't know. What am I fighting at the moment? Good question. Yeah, I don't know. I guess one of the things which is a bit deep and serious is like relationships, I guess. Like I've been talking a lot about relationships and being single. Don't worry, this isn't going anywhere. You're a married lady. Yeah, but like kind of realizing.
Because you've been single for a while now.
Yeah, like I
I
was married. I got divorced. I got divorced like 10 years ago now. You know, I've had a couple of girlfriends in between, but yeah, since I've been here, I've been single. And just realizing like, oh, hang on a minute, well, Sark's not the place to be dating for me if you're not in the pubs. And like, I don't mean to make you scared, but do I want to be like single forever? Probably not. And it's really difficult. Finding that here. I don't want to leave.
But also, I always say this to people because I got myself caught up in knots in Brighton. So I was like, oh, right. I know everyone in Brighton. I was like, I know everyone in Brighton. I went, don't be ridiculous. You don't know who lives here and who lives here. And that literally the house that I flicked my hand at, I then met the person who lived in that house and we got together. And we had a really incredible relationship that I wrote a book about. My first book was about that relationship, but it was a fucking shit show. And it turned out it was a complete narcissist and it was a nightmare. And I'd like written a scroll. I had a scroll under my bed of like the things I wanted my next partner to have. And he had all of them.
Wow.
But I forgot to have capacity to love on there. And so as a reaction to that, when me and him split up, I put a scroll under my bed with just capacity to love on it and none of the other things. And then I met my ex-husband, who was an absolute fucking nightmare and didn't have any of those other things at all. Like all the other things were important.
But the capacity
But he did have the capacity to love, but it was
so the love
under the bombing. Yeah, but it was love bombing.
Really?
So yes, he did love me, but he didn't really. He just like said yes immediately.
Yeah, I see.
And so then I got myself into all sorts of trouble. So now I'm like,
what scroll did you put under your bed to meet Diz?
None. So I stopped manifesting because I think you get fixated on an idea.
Yeah.
But also that was me being in Brighton thinking I knew everyone and I wasn't going to meet anybody. Like I wouldn't change that whole roller coaster journey that I went on. It stopped me from manifesting, like writing lists, things like that, because I think you need to be more open to following where the universe is taking you and what's going on. But you never know. Like I never thought in a million years I was going to move here and meet Diz and meet.
Great,
it's amazing. And so like you can't say that Sark isn't. You don't know who's going to turn up as seasonal workers at any given year. You don't know who's about to move to the island. You don't know who might already be here. Who, you know, things are going to change and relationship dynamics will change. And,
you might split up with Diz.
Well, exactly.
No, but 100%. I'm not like sad or anything like that. It's just like working out what I want my life to look like.
Yeah.
That's something that I've been struggling with just for the past couple of weeks, weirdly, like since I got back from traveling. So that's
but I think that's good
mind.
In a way because it means that you're kind of reaching a point where you feel like you're ready 100%. For it, whereas you haven't before.
But I think kind of what you just said, like I think as soon as you're longing for something, I feel like that's so toxic. I think the best things come from when you just have contentment and you're where you want to be, you're doing what you want to do, you're happy being single as I am. And then like you bump into people. I met someone in Norway who was like incredible, you know, and like that happens, you know, that's great. It's just difficult on Sark, but it still happens. You know?
And also you'd need, you know, if you met someone else, I mean, what's your thoughts on Sark in the long term? Like, are you kind of feeling like you're reaching the end?
Long term. No. I don't do it at all. Like weirdly, I used to when I was younger, probably because of the whole, you know, big relationship breakup thing. I used to be a big planner, and then your whole life explodes, and it's quite traumatizing.
It is traumatizing.
So now I feel like it's more natural with me, but maybe I've just kind of done this as a coping mechanism. I just don't plan. Like I'll look a year ahead at most. Like, you know, the past couple of years I've booked some tickets for events that are like 10 months away or 11 months away, maybe a year. And that feels so strange to me, like because you have to book them that far ahead. I never do that. So I love Sark at the moment for sure. It's a great place for me and it suits me really well for all sorts of reasons, but I don't know where I'm going to be forever. You know, I really don't. I can see myself living here forever, but you just don't know. And I think as soon as you start planning, I just don't think that's a healthy way to be, because when you plan things, you have expectations, and then things turn out the way they turn out. You know, maybe it's raining that day, or the thing you wanted to see is closed, and then it's just not what you expected to be. Exactly. If you just like bumble along and you just do the fun thing on the day, whatever is possible, whatever you want to do, then that's all it ever could have been.
It's exactly what I do as well.
Like that.
Yeah, I used to be a massive planner with like 1 year, 3 year, 6 year, 8 year. I don't know if that
it has been a coping. It works quite well for me, but I don't know if I've like
I think
had
it's
a bit
better.
of trauma and I'm like, oh fuck planning. I'm just going to kind of wing it and make it up as I go along.
I think it's with all these things, it's always a bit of a mixture of both, isn't it? It's like being in the government or doing things that are a bit more long-term planning. Like I want to think about growing food and getting a good, well-planned garden, and we need to start thinking about that now for that to happen. You know, so things like that.
Yeah.
And like longer term.
Because your house is quite.
That's it now. And I never expected that. But then you know you don't have to stay in the house. Yeah. You know, we could go off and so that, although that's a fixed thing for now, you still, and even then you still don't know what's going to happen. You know, you never know what's going to happen. Yeah. There's many. I mean, that was so out of nowhere. We're still kind of catching up with it slightly. Honestly, it's just like what?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
So yeah, cool. So the last thing
that was a bit deep, wasn't it?
No, but that's good. Deep is good.
You like it?
We like deep. That's it. So what's your chaos crusade?
Okay, I don't. So remind me what Chaos Crusade is.
Something that makes life spicy, just makes it a bit more exciting.
Okay, so this is what I thought of immediately when you said it, and it might be a bit of a nerdy theory, but it's kind of how I live my life. Mm-hmm. So there's this. I can't remember what the terms are, but there's this theory of like, you know, we might have talked about this before, but I'll tell you again anyway. As you get older, life seems to go by faster and faster and faster, and it's kind of always said that, like, you know, oh, time's going so quickly when you get older. Mm-hmm. Often people think when you're 10 years old, 1 year is a tenth of your life. So it feels like more. When you're 40, it's, you know, not very much of your life. So it feels like it's gone by.
Accountant, what's the percentage?
2.5%, I think.
I've got no idea. You can say what you want.
Less. It's less, really. So it feels like relatively, it feels like less, which might be true. But I think the better theory is that when you're 10, you like, maybe you haven't kicked a football before, you haven't you've probably seen a rainbow before, but like, you know, the color purple, or there's so many more new experiences. You're meeting new people at school, you're changing school, like things are happening, and your brain is just much more alert to it all and taking in a lot more detail than when you're 40 and, you know, you're stuck in a rut of cooking the same meals every week. You wake up at the same time when your alarm goes off, you do the commute, you do the job, take the kids to school, blah, blah, blah. Like, annoyingly, life gets boring as you get older. And what that means is your brain is just like, oh yeah, I know this, but I don't need to pay attention. And like, you know, you drive to work, you drive to school, and you get there and you're like, I don't remember any of how that journey happened. And it's just because your brain's just not really paying attention. It knows how to do it. It just doesn't need to be on. And when you look back on that year, what memory, you don't have as many memories to build on because your brain isn't taking in any more detail. So our perception of time is more about how many memories you have in that period of time to look back on. And if you've not really done anything new or interesting, you don't have as many memories. So it feels like that time's gone by a lot faster. It's bullshit. Time is time, you know. But so my spice it up your life sort of thing is do something different. It's just like, it's just change it up a little bit, however big or small that might be.
Even walking differently to work.
Exactly, 100%. That was one of the things. So last year or a couple of years ago, I tried to do as many of these things as possible. So I spent a month, like dog walks is the classic one. If you've got a dog, you take them on the same loop around the block. And I catch myself doing that all the time. And like, it's nice because I listen to a podcast and it's like, you know, it's relaxing, but it's the same. And I think as soon as you're doing anything the same, it gets a bit dull. So like a couple of years ago, I did a stupid little challenge for myself of doing an alphabet dog walk where like every day I would try and walk to somewhere that started with a new letter of the alphabet. So I do like A for the Adonis landing or whatever, B for somewhere else, C, and like do 26 days of different dog walks. And it was like really challenging, walking to somewhere new, and I really enjoyed it. And it's just like changing up that regular thing. And I remember that, you know, it's just a stupid dog walk that I was doing anyway, but I remember that. And like my experience is, it's true. Like I think we both lived on Sark about 4 years, right? That feels like 17 lifetimes I've spent on Sark, just because there's been so much change and so many interesting experiences. And weird shit that happens here, right? And like, if I was living back in Wiltshire doing the 9 to 5, 4 years would have gone by in the blink of an eye. And you know, you feel it when you move house, or you change jobs, or you get a new car, or whatever that's it, or go on holiday. You know, you look back at it, and in some ways it feels like it's gone by in a blink of an eye, but in other ways it feels like a really long time, or like a relationship.
So much has happened,
and like, everyone's got control of that. Just do something different. Like,
it's the best exercise you can do for your brain as an adult.
Or like moving
meeting
house,
new people,
meeting new people, and having like a whole new collection of stories to learn and stories to share. I can imagine that being great for your brain, but also like, just having experiences, and just like do as much different stuff as possible. And that is literally like every, you know, I feel like I'm pretty boring, to be honest. But whenever there's an opportunity to do something new, kind of why I said yes to this today, to be honest, because we met you for lunch and you said, "Oh, can we do a podcast?" and I always feel not pressure because you've asked me, but I feel pressure on myself to, bit like that Yes Man movie, right, with Jim Carrey. Whenever somebody says like, "Oh, do you want to do the thing?" You got to have a reason to say no. You know, what are you doing that day that's so much more important to say no? Like, okay, maybe there's a thing, but if there's not, just do it. You know,
it's like, because in improvisation you say yes and.
I like
you take it and you say yes and.
That's like a rule.
No,
You're not allowed to shut it down.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that is really useful in. And it's just, someone gave me a walking stick on my pilgrimage, and I already had one that I was really like attached to. And so they gave me this stick, and I said, yes, and you have to take my stick, and you have to look after my stick. And now my stick's got a whole life of its own. And I get so postcards from it. And like,
I love that.
There's a whole other thing going on with that now. And that's, and it was beautiful. And now I have a really lovely relationship with the people that gave me that stick. Whereas if I'd said no, they would have felt snubbed, and that would have been shit.
They're probably out sharing so many stories about you, and about where that stick's been.
Yeah, totally.
And it's added to the new stick that you've got, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's funny. So cool. And I get to see my old stick sometimes. It comes to see me.
That's great. Yeah.
Excellent. That. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you ever so much for doing that.
You're welcome.
So that was the awesome Edd Stone. How cool was that? I do adore that boy. He is a really good friend, and someone that I'm really glad that he's here. I kind of get the feeling that he might not be here forever, and I will miss him when he's gone. But yeah, I'm glad that we have our Edd. He's a good egg, and he's the person who's keeping a lot of things going that are special on the island, like the Observatory doing the dark skies. He's the main guy who does that, and doing Adventure Sark with me. And just a lot of fun is brought to this island through things that he does and is part of. So I hope he stays for a long time, but we'll see what happens. And I'm glad that we have got to do lots of crazy weird things together already. So long may that last. And I hope you enjoyed the podcast, and I shall speak to you again next week. So see you then on.